Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now, tonight I will be interviewing my past guest, Kathleen Kinmont, the gorgeous, voluptuous star of movies like, well, she was the Bride of Reanimator, she also did Fraternity Vacation, the classic hit series Renegade, and especially she was Kelly in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And it's celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. And tonight we'll be talking about that, amongst other things. And I just can't wait. I love talking to Kathleen. She's an absolute sweetheart of a lady. Got a great sense of humor, real down to earth. I've met her a couple times at conventions. She's just fabulous. And I can't wait. It's going to be totally radical. Awesome. So, okay.
Keeping it Bud Light, Coke Light, Diet Coke Light.
You're drinking Diet Coke?
Yeah, Diet Coke Light. It's light adjacent.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
somebody just said to me today, career adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Success, I'm right next to success adjacent.
Mm-hmm. And how is that?
It's almost like living next door to someone who's almost famous.
Oh my God.
Is it good when you laugh at your own jokes?
Absolutely.
I think so, because then it lets everyone know, hey, I'm being funny, because I'm laughing.
Yeah.
How are you? What's going on?
I am just...
Tell me what's happening in a Tommy Kovac life.
I'm just great. I mean, I'm 58 episodes into the show. I'm going to be doing press at a horror film festival this weekend. And
Killer.
Barbara Crampton is going to be there, and Kelly Maroney, and Suzanne Snyder, and several other people. It's going to be cool.
When you see Barbara Crampton, you can tell her that you just talked to me, because I just saw her at this amazing outdoor, indoor, rooftop, swanky hotel get-together of all the awesome horror chicks.
Nice.
For a random lunch that she put together with a bunch of people. I found out about it through Danielle Harris, who's, the top of the heap of the puppy pile of femme fatale, and it was just so wonderful. It was such a beautiful collection of cheerleaders of each other. It became like, we need to just stay close. We're a specific genre.
Yeah.
And we all kind of work with the same people because of that. So we can all be, in on the chain gang of who's legit and who's not, who's good and who's not. It's like, let's form the pack of, helping a sister out is really what it comes down to, because that's what the sign of the times is right now. The sign of the times is, say something, damn it. Don't be all fucking, shut down because you're freaked out and you think it's going to be a career killer because you're talking about somebody who's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Have the guts to say something and say something now. Let's not waste each other's time anymore, because the shit is fucking done. The gig is up.
Yep.
The whistle's being blown. So you don't worry about being the party killer, the buzz kill of, hey, I thought we were just hanging out. I'm being playful. I thought you wanted this job. Fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, guess what? We can all talk about the dirty little bullshit. So let's get together on a rooftop and have some drinks and have some fun. And you know what? Guess what? It's not all like that. It's really not. Not everything is all skeevy and scumville. It's really not. It's just time for the bad ones that, it's like, let's let the chum surface, please, because I don't want to be swimming in it anymore.
Yep.
I don't want to swim in somebody else's shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, like, I get to swim in clean water, where the majority, the good people are, the Tom Hankses, and the,
Yep.
I don't really have anybody else but Tom Hanks. But
yeah.
That's it.
Oh my God! Did you see?
Only swimmer Tom Hanks is swimming because he's not pooping in the pool.
Mm-hmm. Did you see on Facebook there was this joke that all these women are coming forward saying that Tom Hanks is too nice?
Right. What's wrong with me? I tried so hard.
Yeah.
I wore a bathing suit in that damn audition. Why did you look at me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wore a song.
It was pretty funny. Yeah.
I wore a bathing suit and I sang a song. Come on with you, Tom Hanks. Come on. He did cast me in his film without reading me. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What's going on there? What is that? What is that undercurrent? What's that subtext? Well, I'll tell you what it was. It was I was sleeping with his brother-in-law.
Nice.
That's why I got the job. You never really think, like, maybe if I sleep with the brother-in-law, Tom Hanks will put me in his movie. It worked. So I wasn't really angry for that because I was really hot for his brother-in-law for actually a long time. Before I even knew that he was Tom Hanks' brother-in-law, when I found out, I was like, oh my God! The radar is good! It works!
Yeah.
He's a really great guy. He's been married to his wife for like a super long amount of time too. Not Tom with Rita, but his brother-in-law. Like after I blew it royally.
Yeah.
Shit. So blew it. But it's cool. We're not even really whatever. We're not like haters. He's still friends with my brother. That's how I met him. He was my brother's friend. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's the neighborhood I live in. Yeah. My brother's friend is whatevs. But Tom Hanks did say one of the nicest things to me ever. He said when I was holding his Academy Award for Forrest Gump, because I got to go with them to the Academy Awards that night.
Nice.
And because Rita was like, come on, Chris. That was her brother. I call him Theo. They're Greek. They're really cool people. Rita's amazing. The whole family's amazing. And she was like, yeah, I'm holding his Oscar. I'm like, this is so neato. He's like, well, you're only one movie away.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've talked about this. I think I've talked about this to you. It feels like I've talked about this to you, but...
Oh, I love it, though. I love hearing stories about Tom Hanks because he's my favorite actor.
Yeah, me too. He's my favorite actor, too, which now everyone knows is my password. Right?
Yeah.
I wonder how often he's actually typed in somewhere on cyber hacking.
Yeah.
Because he's a favorite. He's a crowd pleaser, and everyone's going to remember. But yeah, he's that generous. That's why, because he's truly that true, generous-hearted person that is actually real. He didn't try to do anything that abused his power ever. He just has always been probably in awe of what he's done and the opportunities that constantly present themselves to him and his ability to actually make something useful out of it. He's written, he's directed. I had the great fortune of being in that only thing he's ever written and directed, that thing he did.
Yeah.
What's the name of it? That thing he did?
That thing you do, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, close enough. Wow. No, it was an awesome film. That thing you do was like, oh my God, so many people were in that. freaking Steve Zahn, Charlize Theron, you know, Liv Tyler, Zac Efron.
Kevin Pollak.
He's not in that. Kevin Pollak, who played my boss. Yeah, I know. Great. Really, really fun. And Tom.
Yep.
Tom's in that movie. I mean, like, oh my God, he pulled a full Clint Eastwood, you know? He did it. And he's the real deal. So anyway, the whole point is that there are actually a lot of spawn of Tom. There are a lot of good guys out there.
Yeah.
And I do believe that there's a good force. The good force is actually the thing that's driving the crap to the surface. All these shitty little jerks that were getting away with stuff for so long that was hurting people have been brought to the table. And we're not going to put them in jail because we can't, because there's too many real murderers and rapists in there that are clogging the system. So we unfortunately can't really throw them behind bars, but we can take away their jobs and publicly shame them. So yippee!
Yeah.
New world.
I know it's
New world. And it's great. It's great because it's the ripple effect crosses all the channels of all the other jobs out there. All the other people that work in Walmart or whatever, a plant store or Lowe's or the government or hospitals or police stations or wherever the hell anybody's feeling compromised.
Mm-hmm.
Word is, say something. You will be heard.
You'll be heard.
Even though HR is flooded, so what? Say something.
Yep.
Say something and make it stop, because people have to evolve. We have to be held accountable. People can't just grab people and do foul shit.
Yep.
It's not appropriate. There's a whole new appropriation. We don't call people that are deaf dummies anymore. I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit way more important right now. I've got a job coming up called The Silent Natural, which I'm really excited about.
Nice.
I'm going to be working as an actor for a film called The Silent Natural, and Branscombe Richmond, who played Bobby Six Killer in Renegade.
Yep, I love him.
Wonderful friend, amazing actor, great producer, just super dynamic human being. He's producing this, and it's in Kentucky, and it's the true story about the first major league deaf baseball player. And his name is William Hoy, and they nicknamed him Dummy Hoy. That's how he is in the record books, because that's how ignorant everyone was back then, back in the 1800s.
Yeah.
And there wasn't just one dummy, you know, there was another one. There was Dummy Taylor, who was also another deaf player that came on after William Hoy. But I'm so excited because it's like so many of my favorite things. Number one, it's a true story. Number two, it's a period piece. Number three, it's baseball.
Yep.
And number four, it's about deafness, which has totally affected my family. My mom is like basically deaf. Without her cochlear implant on, she hears nothing. So technology has given my mother hearing. With a cochlear and with a hearing aid in the other ear, she's able to, you know, pick out some of the stuff you say, basically. Yeah. It's not full-on reception. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
She gets to hear a little bit, so deafness has affected many members of my family. I think they all went out shooting when they were like 4 with my grandfather to go kill deer and bring meat home or something, you know, but they all went out and didn't wear any ear coverings, so there was a lot of deafness among the kids. But yeah, baseball, I'm a huge baseball enthusiast, and my character, I'm going to be forced to learn how to do ASL, which is American Sign Language. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna grasp some of that, and or as much as I can, and keep going with it so I can communicate with my mom. And you know, we've been signing actually for a while and my daughter learned how to sign when she was really, really young as an infant. I taught her water, milk, more, change, like I need to change my diaper. And I think all these things are the same ones I would learn with my mom, which she already really knows all these. Eat. Water is the W that you put right next to your cheek. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. That's a great one.
Yeah.
It was the first one my daughter learned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really neat because the film has decided to, for the production, really the director, the writer-director, David Risotto. Oh my God, I'm so hoping I'm remembering.
That sounds familiar.
This right. I think this is, you know what? I haven't really met him in person, but I've seen his name enough on emails and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Shit, now I feel like I really need to go look it up. Well, whatever. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Anyway, yes. So he's the man who wrote it and is going to be directing it. Did a documentary on this person 10 years ago. So he's just been living, eating, and breathing this character for a very long time. And he's written a beautiful script.
Mm-hmm.
And all the actors that they're getting to play this character are deaf.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's very cool. And a whole new version of diversity. So I'm really excited to be a part of that. So that's part of the good stuff that's happening.
That's exciting. And is it a Netflix movie?
It's an independent right now at this stage of the game, which is cool because they're gonna they're making it on their own. They're doing it all on their own. He's gonna get to make it exactly the way he wants to make it, and then he will go out and shop it, and it will do well because the script is already very good. Because he's been working with this character for so long, he's obviously studied great baseball movies, and he's written it so that you can visually see how it's going to work out, and it's beautiful that way. That, and being a scriptwriter, there's a way to do it so that everybody's on board, especially when you're a writer-director, and you can write it the way that you want it to be seen. And the more that it's prepared, the more you're available to kind of do other things as well if you have the time and the money. But you can obviously tell, when you call something the silent natural, you're already conjuring up the natural. So it's got that vibe of just, it's set in the same time and place, which is such a sad time and place, the 1800s for this country. It was a freaking dust bowl, depression. It was so gnarly. It wiped out so many people, and it didn't just wipe people out. It just took away so much hope.
Yeah, a lot of people.
There's something about that era that just, people were really just hanging on. Freaking hanging on as a species. And when you bring in something which seems so frivolous as playing ball or like horse racing, Seabiscuit has it, all these different movies that are set in that kind of era. It's like, well, I guess actually Seabiscuit was more in the 40s, but, when you just have like a really underdog situation where it doesn't really seem like there's any hope for a dream of that caliber. And for people who are deaf, it's so incredibly isolating. You watch everything happening around you. You're literally the person on the outside of the bubble. It's fucked. Can I say that on podcast? I don't know.
Oh, you can say anything you want. Nothing offends me.
Me either. Did you hear me on Howard Stern?
Oh, God, that was like back in the 90s, I remember.
Right, I know. Go for it, Howard. But, my mom has been so isolated with her deafness. It's been really painful. It's depressing. And in that era, back, they would just see somebody handicap like that, and they were instantly labeled a freak.
Yep, I know what that's like.
Do you? You've been called a freak?
Oh, I've been called every name in the book because I have Asperger's syndrome.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in special ed in school, and I got bullied a lot for years and years. I still do in some instances, but I don't take shit from nobody no more.
Well, we all have to take shit. You know, we all just have to understand that most people are just ignorant.
Yep, ignorant.
You know? Yeah. And when you release it like that, you don't feel the need to get even or show somebody up or, you know, or carry the resentment around.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, they're ignorant, whatever, you know, carry on. Like, it's really practice.
Yeah.
We've all been bullied. Whatever it is. I've been bullied to the max. My older brother was a bully.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, he felt the need to put me in my place all the time.
Yep.
And now when you were asking about my book, I finished my book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm halfway through the rewrite. So I've got 52 chapters, and I've finished 26 chapters of rewrite, and it's tight.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to get back into the rhythm of finishing up the next 26. And then I've got the rest of it, you know, my introduction, and I was thinking about getting Quentin Tarantino to write a prologue. But I need to do my query letter. But yeah, I mean, you know, given all of that, the whole, like, you know, I mean, the title of the book is I Should Have Been Nicer to Quentin Tarantino and Other Short Stories of Epic Fails and Saves.
Yeah.
And now, after the last 6 months of everything that's been going down, I mean, has it been 6 months? Not really. It's only been like 5 months. Everything started happening in October.
Yeah, October it started.
So it's almost been 6 months.
Well, I'll tell you.
Half a year. And how many? And that woman just killed herself. Rose McGowan's.
She killed herself?
Killed herself.
I didn't hear that. Wow.
Sorry to say that so cavalierly.
Oh my God! Yesterday I watched an interview she did about a year ago, and she didn't seem very happy at all during it. Wow, I didn't know.
Killed herself last Friday.
Oh
I think it was last Friday or Saturday. Something very, very recent.
Oh my God, that's sad.
It is.
Oh my God.
It is. I mean, life. You know, yeah, you're right. It's just ruined and lost. There are lives that have been ruined from these things,
Wow.
these radically wrong things, radically wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Was it rape? Is it emotionally damaging? Is it violating? Is it assault? Is it harassment? Is it all of the above? I swear to God. It's so hard to identify what one thing that all of this stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing that's without a doubt. Does it cause harm?
Yeah.
Does it cause stress?
It sure does.
Does it cause stress to the point of making somebody want to kill themselves? Like, you know, it's rad. Horribly radical what's happening. And I think that there's a reckoning and people are just becoming super accountable. We all just need to become super accountable as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I'll tell you.
I'm writing about it
Mm-hmm.
a lot. And Fame Game is being re-edited as we speak. The whole thing is being retooled. My whole show that I created 3 years ago is like like, oh my God, it's so archaic, even though it's exactly about what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a totally different tone than what I've now created, going back and rewriting the script, going back and rewriting the presentation deck, going back and rewriting the trailer and re-editing it and putting a new voice to it, which is the journalist, the female journalist, instead of some random dude doing like, oh, the voiceover of a new TV show, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, wait. You just want to like hit the freaking record player so it just, you know. Cut to 2018. You know, that's Caitlyn Jenner actually doing the voiceover for this.
Oh my God.
Caitlyn Jenner doing the man's voice calling his girl part. I don't know.
Well,
you know that guy like totally wiped out me, Lorenzo, Chris Lemon, and his wife, Kris Jenner at the time, and Brian Rimmer from China Beach, you know, the hospital guard.
Yeah.
His girlfriend, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like already smoked Kris Jenner in 2 races that day, which were held in the morning. And ski races are held in the morning, I'll tell you why. Because the snow turns to shit after noon. The sun hits it, it melts shit, turns to ice, and now it's not very safe as it was in the morning when everything was nice and crispy and you could carve on it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know? They do it for a reason, because it's not safe. So we had our races, and I killed Kris Jenner, and he's like, I want to race you again. I'm like, well, the race course is closed, and we're actually all skiing, you know, like free skiing with our spouses and trying to be normal, so just suck it up, Kris Jenner. You won some gold medals at the Olympics, which I'm never going to. I get to beat you in a fucking ski race. Get over it. You know?
Yeah.
Please. Come on. Grow a pair. God. So then I'm like, okay, after every ski run that we do, we kind of stop halfway on the run and wait for everyone to catch up. And usually people are like, we're kind of skipping around in the order so that everyone can watch each other ski, because it's such an ego, rich person sport to like, watch me ski. I'm skiing down the mountain now. It's my turn. Everybody watch me ski. So Kris Jenner would always like wait to be the last, so that the whole freaking audience was like standing there going, okay, go Bruce. You know, and you're like, okay, hooray, yay for Bruce. And he stops, and then he like sprays us like it, like, you know, and here you go, you're getting doused with my spray, you know, like a dick would do, right?
Yeah.
No pun intended. Totally. So then I'm like, hey, you know what, Bruce? It's getting a little kind of icy up here. You might want to, like, not do that, because if you lose an edge, you're going to fall and take us all out like bowling pins.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, he's not listening. He does it again. Second run. I'm like, Bruce, getting worse. Conditions are not getting any better. He's like, are we going to race again? I'm like, no. And he's like, okay. Third time, he does it again. He takes all of us out. Rolling fence. Total celebrity yard sale down the hill. Chris Lemon wanted to kill him because his wife had just given birth, and it was just like, oh my God. Wow. Kill me if I'm repeating myself. I almost feel like I am.
I never heard that story before.
Wow, right. Wow, I've just been dying to tell it so much. Can imagine. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I hope he's a much happier woman, and, you know, anytime he wants to meet me up on the slalom track again, you know, I'm totally happy to take her on, and, maybe she'll kick my ass. Maybe she's, ready to freaking beat me. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to stand at the halfway down at the, in between a run, watching her ski down, waiting for her to come down and spray me with her snow. And so she can take me out by my kneecaps and kick me down the rest of the mountain, with skis and poles and freaking everything coming at my head.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, who does that? Really? You've been told twice not to, and you do it the third time just trying? Like, we're grown-ups. People have blown out knees, and we're wearing knee braces and shit. It was just so rude. I was like, now every time I read about what a dick he was as a dad,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, well,
you believe it
completely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, that's a really upset human being. If turning yourself into a woman is going to make you nicer, fucking go for it. Here's the credit card.
That's good. I like that.
Here's 3 credit cards.
3.
and they're all Kanye's. Do it.
Oh boy.
Get the vagina. Get the vagina. This is Kanye's platinum gold vagina card. Do it.
Oh my God. So can you believe it's been 30 years since you did Halloween 4?
Fuck off, Wade. No way.
Yep.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Well, I always think of myself being 18 when I did that movie, but apparently I guess I was a little bit older than that.
Yeah.
I was. I guess I was 22. I remember going to the market like, Jesus, where's the alcohol? I've got a freaking license. It was in Utah.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this an entirely dry state? Like, where are they hiding the beer? Like, beer. Like, I'm not even looking for vodka. I'm just looking for beer. Like, where's just, It was like, Mike's Hard Lemonade. Ooh.
Oh, God.
It was like 0.02% alcohol. Oh, what? We're going to have to call for provisions. I'm not like some kind of crazy alcoholic or anything, but I just remember thinking like, oh, I'm old enough and I'm in Salt Lake City. This sucks. I'm on location.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a blast. Man, that really was a great time. And I was there with Sasha, who I went to school with, and he was a buddy, and got to meet Danielle, who was like this little kid, just great talent, and, really, really neat experience. Ellie was great. All the people. And I just worked with Eric Preston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just worked with him on this web series called Shaken Up.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a blast. We were judges on this bartending competition show.
Mm-hmm.
Like Top Chef, but you're drinking cocktails. I sound like a complete alcoholic now. Now I sound completely...
Oh, I've been an alcoholic. That's
I will
nothing.
apparently work for booze. That's literally what I got when I did that place. It was a great big bag of booze and cocktail mixes. I'm like, oh, yay! I made it to the booze factory. That's too funny. That was really fun. And Eric's great. He's such a sweet guy, and we had a really fun time. And yeah, you really have to pull out your taste buds for like these concoctions that they make. And I've never done anything like that, but yeah, I can't believe it's been 30 years. Yeah, lots gone down.
Yeah, to me, it's the only good sequel of all the Halloween movies. I didn't like 2. I thought 3 was terrible because Michael Myers wasn't even in it, and I thought 4 was damn good. And then after that, I just think the first one and the fourth one are the only 2 good ones.
Wow, that's so cool because I just saw Kyle Richards hiking, and I'm so bummed I didn't get a picture with her. I will, because I've seen her twice now in the last few months, randomly around town. So I'm feeling like I'm going to see her again. I'm just going to be like, you know what, Kyle? It's the third time I've seen you now, and I just got to say hello. I feel like a douche for not saying hello the first 2 times. I'm just always so trying not to be super fanboy. I already feel like I extend myself. I always feel like I'm the one that's like, hi, I don't know if you know me, or da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but I'm going to introduce myself in a totally lame way. Ta-da! That's how I always feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody else does when you're like, you know, not the powerful one, or not the one recognizing the person that's the one or whatever. And but you know what? I'm going to, and everyone out there listening could be like, oh, I remember when she said she was going to introduce herself to Kyle Richards. Now look, they're best friends on Hollywood Housewives.
Yeah.
I still want to be her buddy. I want her husband to find me an awesome house. Okay, here's the plan. I want to get this book made. I want to make a big movie out of it, or a TV series, and then I want to buy an awesome home with horse property in Malibu.
Nice. Yes. That's my dream. My dream is to own a house in Malibu.
Okay, see?
Beach house.
Great dream.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Property in Malibu. Yeah. Man. So yeah. And he's going to be the one that's going to find it. Okay, when I find mine, I'm going to turn you onto him, and he's going to help you find yours.
Awesome.
Or the other way around. You find yours first, and then you get me into the property, you get me in the homeowners association, you scoop me in there, tell everyone how cool I am. And they'll be like, oh yeah, because Tommy's so cool. He's got a friend that's really cool too. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So easy in the dreams. But then you have to put the hard work in. So whatever the hard work is. Because, you know, that whole lucky thing, that's bullshit. I'm not lucky. I work my ass off. So whatever I have, I work hard. I get up early and I work. I stay up late and I work. I'm always ready to work, even on Sunday or Saturday. Like a whole 7-day work week sometimes happens, and you just got to do the work
that
it takes. And it's not like this whole, oh my God, I was sitting there at the coffee shop and someone discovered me. I was like, oh my God, what? You know?
Yeah.
No. Not anymore. It's not Schwab. Schwab's got Schwabbed.
What's the craziest thing a fan has ever asked you to sign at a convention?
Their butt.
Their butt?
Yeah, to go get a tattoo.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm like, I don't think the butt. So I didn't. Like, would you just sign in? I'm like, no. So, I mean, I've signed body parts, but, you know, like arms and, yeah. And, you know, I don't sign any screen grabs of nudes, of nude scenes.
Yeah.
Because I haven't shot nudes.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's fair to sign that because, you know, it's a totally different vibe. You know, if I wanted to do a whole bunch of nude photography like Playboy and all that stuff, I would have.
Yeah.
But I specifically was an actor because, you know, it makes hiding under the guise of getting naked and doing that kind of stuff a little bit more palatable than just like, here's my crotch and my boobs and aren't I sexy and da-da-da. When you're playing a character, you're not in your skin.
Yeah.
It's a totally different experience. So I don't condone grabbing that as a still because it's, it wasn't meant to be a still.
Yeah. I could see where that would be, that would be logical, because there are some actresses I've interviewed on the show that do have nude pictures to be signed at their table, and if that's what they like doing, then that's their right. But I understand what you mean, though, that you don't want to do that.
For some, thank you. Because, here's the thing. When you've already crossed over so many boundaries, at least if you have a few that you keep sacred, it feels like something is kept sacred.
Yeah.
And I have control over where I put my pen. I don't have control over where somebody puts their cursor and hits print.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to, those are everybody else's choices. I don't need to, validate it. So I think people get it and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm happy to sign something else. So, and listen, I have nothing against nude photography whatsoever. I think nude body is amazing, and I love nude photography.
Yeah.
But I just, I don't sign that stuff because it's my own little thing to me.
Right.
Which is, I want to hold the characters that I've portrayed in a respect in my own heart. And not that, I'm not looking good when I'm doing any of that, when I've done any of that stuff. Am I going to do any of it now? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm 53. Who,
Yeah.
it's still pretty good, but I don't know. I have a really hard time watching old people kiss on film. I'm one of those. Ooh.
like Cary Grant kissing.
I'm not gonna be all like, oh yeah, let's get me all mashed up against who? Liam Neeson? Oh yeah, good. He looks like an old woman, so I'm gonna look great.
Or Cary Grant kissing Deborah Kerr in Charade.
Oh right, like oh god.
He was like 60 and she was like 30.
Right. Anything that does all of that, like Sean Connery and Michelle Pfeiffer, it's just like, even like Jane Fonda and Robert Redford, I really don't want to watch that right now. I just, whatever. I don't know. There's I don't know. It's got to be really well lit.
But they're the same age, though, Redford and Fonda.
No, I know. It's age appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, old people making out, not the hottest thing. I still want to, I'd rather look at, like, Natalie Portman and dude de jour, whoever the hot dude is, I'd like to watch her and Zac Efron, or her and Will Smith or something, like, let's get some interracial stuff and, like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I don't sign anything that somebody's screen grabbed me from that wasn't something my 13-year-old daughter would want to see. Yeah.
I remember reading that you were very insecure about doing that scene in Fraternity Vacation.
Yeah, I'm insecure about doing any of those scenes. Who isn't? I don't know. You have to be a super nudist to be like, yeah, sure, okay, my clothes are on and now my clothes are off, whatever.
Yeah.
There's something that it's called being naked. They call it being naked for a reason, because emotion does something to you. That's why people like it.
Absolutely.
Because it's empowering when you see somebody naked. Mm-hmm. It's like somehow you own them visually. Now it's like, oh, now the mystery is gone.
Yeah, the Me Too.
Right?
Yeah, the Me Too creeps. Yeah.
Well, not just that, but just like when you've seen somebody naked, now I've seen you naked.
Yeah.
Please, I mean, let's just call it. So there's something about visually owning somebody that way. You know, whether it's the creepers or not, whoever it is, whoever I've seen naked, it's like, okay, now I've seen you naked.
Mm-hmm.
Now what?
Yeah.
Right? Now what?
I
What else
mean,
you got?
as you know, I've seen you naked in fraternity vacation, and when I've met you a couple times, I was very respectful, right?
Well, yeah, well, what else are you going to be?
I know, right? Like, I
What
mean,
is the alternative to that? The alternative, there isn't one. All it is you having a visual of somebody which kind of gives you, in some way, shape, or form, in this human structure,
mm-hmm.
who we are as Homo sapiens living on this planet.
Yeah.
If I've seen you naked, somehow I have some power.
Yeah.
Somehow I have something on you that makes me feel like I know who you are, or I know, or I just know what you look like without your warrior clothes on, without your armor.
Yeah.
Okay, it's without armor. Clothing is armor. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why fashion is such a fucking big deal. Because it's how many ways you can armor yourself against what you look like naked.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Down to the fucking underwear.
Yep. My parents brought me up to respect women.
What kind of powerful underwear are you wearing? It's like that. I mean, Jesus. Calvin Klein? Hugo Boss? Target?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hanes? You know, what's your armor? I mean, you literally, who are you wearing?
Yeah.
What's your armor?
Yeah, I don't. There's.
You know, Isaac Mizrahi. You know, I'm like the Gap.
The Gap.
What's that company that's like makes all those khakis? Wait, what is it called? Fuck.
Fruit of the Loom?
Yeah, Fruit of the Loom. Good one. That's not the one, but I like that one a lot. Points for Fruit of the Loom. No, what is that? Like, like Dick's Sporting Goods, or wait, what is it? The, Old Navy.
Old Navy, yeah.
Oh my God, Dockers.
Dockers, yeah.
That's my armor, Dockers. Okay, all right.
I always thought that was.
Here's the thing, you know, naked it does this thing to human psyche. You know, imagine being like, okay, now I'm an actor and I'm you know, conjuring up the human experience in this story. Whatever this character has to go through, I have to go through it with them. You know, from, you know, peeing, you know, getting up in the morning and getting dressed and, you know, everything, all the, you know, the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to assimilate taking a shit as this character. Oh my God. Oh, what a brave actor. They took a shit so well. You know, I really believe that shit they were taking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to be a guy named Edward Scissorhands and I have scissors for hands? How am I going to do that? Oh, I'm Johnny Depp. Of course I know how to do this.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
right.
Think about it. How would the freaking Edward Scissorhands take a poop? Well, I'll tell you what, I know how to cut it off. No wasted time there.
Yeah.
So it's like all these things. As an actor, you're just like, oh my God, how am I going to have to expose myself on this one?
Mm-hmm.
And you dive in. And you go like, I'm fucking in. I got this part. I'm going to go for it. Oh, I got to make love to this person or that person, or I got to kiss this person or that person, or I got to take a shower here, or I got to change clothes there,
right.
or I've got to, you know, take a pee, make a sandwich in my underwear. Fight something in my underwear. Whatever I got to do, somehow they're getting me into my underwear. It's like, okay. Right?
Right.
Making out with somebody in my underwear. It's just like, okay. And I want to do my best. I want to be believable. I want people to go on a ride that are watching this, coming to get entertained and inspired and, educated, or, what do I get to share here? So I'm so excited about this movie I'm doing. It's like, how is this movie going to impact lives? Yeah. It's like, it definitely will. This is a movie about, first of all, ignorance.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's about baseball. Second of all, it's about, ignorance.
Right.
It's about somebody who wants to play baseball so badly and isn't allowed to because of the ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, oh my God, he's so talented. He needs to be on the field playing that game. You're just like achy for this person. You're instantly invested. I swear to God, page 3, I was crying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, let it play.
I don't think they're going to ask you to be naked in this movie, so I think you can relax.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to find a way that I can be right before they take me away to the insane. Who's that crazy lady during sign language? What is Kathleen Kinmont? She picks it up. She's wearing a costume by the brook. She's so crazy. She's a freak. God, I know. You're so fun to talk to, Tommy.
Aww.
I just want to I want to put my dukes up to anybody that ever gave you a hard time. I really do. I want to tell them to come and talk to me.
Oh, that's so
Come
nice.
here, you little. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you some TV karate. Come here, lean in, like right here. Just like, the camera will read it. I will connect. You will be bleeding. It'll be awesome. They won't have to call in a stuntman because I've already broken the actor's nose. So, yeah.
Did you break an actor's nose once?
No, but Lorenzo did. And I was there. I was like, he did tell you don't lean in. I remember saying that to the actor. Lorenzo kept saying, man, you're leaning in, and I'm doing a spinning heel kick. I can't stop my foot when it's up in the air, and I'm spinning around. It's like, it's going to be too late. You got to freaking lean back if you want to do this without bringing in the stunt guy. I was like, I was there.
Yeah.
Only his witness. So, like, you know what? He did say, you're blowing it. But we got the shot, and we're moving on. So go to the hospital. You're wrapped permanently. It happens. Yeah, I mean, listen, you saw the thing with Uma Thurman. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I saw that.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think she's giving the performance of a lifetime by saying, good for you, Clinton, for giving me the footage because you're so brave to share that with me because you know I'm going to put it out there to the world to let everyone know what a dumbass move that was.
Yeah.
Thanks for finally relinquishing the fact that you were really wrong right here. And the people actually need to learn that, you know what, when you're filming the back of an actor's head in a freaking rickety go-kart that's wired for the speed track and on a gravel path surrounded by willow trees
in
an S-turn, I mean, what else? You want to put some oil on the track or grease on the wheel? I mean, or put a blindfold on. I mean, like, what else can you maneuver to make this a complete fail? Stupid beyond. And it was so ghastly the way she grabbed her head that instantly started bleeding. I was like, fuck, that's blood. spurting out of the side of her head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I titled my book really right. Because I should have been nicer to Quentin Tarantino and other short stories of epic fails and saves is actually true.
Mm-hmm. That's a perfect title.
That wasn't me with permanent neck damage, two blown out knees simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So reckless and irresponsible and not listening to your actor and being so egotistical. And thank God, she's like, yeah, Quentin, can I please have that footage? That would be really great. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, Quentin. I know, it's me again. I've been asking for that footage. Hi, Quentin. Yeah, it's me. How long has she been asking for that? 15, 20 fucking years?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It is.
What a piece of shit. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm really, I'm just so grossed out by every time I turn on the TV right now. And it's the chum coming to the surface. It's everyone that is quite honestly totally having to become accountable for the shit that they've been pulling for years. Yeah. Because nobody right now that's being called to the table is without sin. I don't care what people are saying. I know it's really hard to put everything into a catalog of what's what, because it isn't. There's all kinds of different imprints that are being left, and they're all different levels of intensity or what, but they all have the same thing. Did you hurt somebody?
Yeah.
Did you hurt somebody?
Yeah.
One simple question. Somebody feeling hurt. Is blood coming out of their head? Okay, so yes, that's a yes. Oh, they blew out their knees? Okay, that's a yes. Oh, you raped them? That's a yes. Oh, you sexually assaulted them? That's a yes.
Yeah.
Harassed them to the point or whatever. Anyway, it's a downer and it's also an upper at the same time. It's a weird rubber band effect that's happening in this town. It's like a flogging. It hurts so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that one? Yeah. There's that one story I'm having a hard time with, that comedian Aziz.
Yeah. Well, because we all see the moment where it's like, well, she should have laughed.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Okay, good. So that's the conversation that needs to be had. So, yeah, that's why she was bringing it up, because she needed to be like, yeah, you know what? I was the one that kind of stayed longer than I probably should have.
Yeah.
And there was that turning point that only women know what that feels like, because men are never really in that compromised situation, unless you're with like a young boy with a Kevin Spacey scenario.
Yeah.
Where you're totally bamboozled by power and trying to do the right thing and like, wait, how did I get into this very uncomfortable, compromising situation that I'm going to be really embarrassed about talking to my friends about? Okay?
Yeah.
And it's a shame thing of like, oh my God, I'm on a date with Aziz and he's like kind of hot and I'm kind of turned on, but I really don't want it to roll this fast. But we're adults, and he's like expecting me to be an adult because that's why he invited me out to buy me dinner. And now I'm back at his house. But wait, it's going too fast. But he's like kind of, powerful and cool, and I want to be cool. I want to be cool so bad. Mm-hmm. And he's like, a nice guy, and I want him to be a nice guy, and I want him to like me, and I still don't want him to go this fast. But holy shit, here it is. It's going way too fast. And then that sexual tension gets so scary at some point. You're like, is this going to be a rape, or do I just got to go on?
Yeah.
Because it's gotten to a level of like, I'm going to be a super, super buzzkill, weirdo, jerk, and he's not going to like me at all anymore. Or I can try to just be like, wow, did that just happen?
Yeah.
That person, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we all know that scenario. Okay, we've seen it in film. We've either been there, done that, filmed ourselves doing it. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But that's where she was at.
Yeah.
And she had to say, yeah, I got in over my head, and this is what happened. And I just have to say, he knew that.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of not addressing the fact that I was a little squeamish and trying to send him signals of slow down. And he's like, I don't give a shit. I'm ramping it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's where the dialogue is. That's where the involvement is happening. That's where the good things are coming to the surface, and that's why the dialogue is great. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to evolve at some point. We have to be like, okay, well, I'm a girl and I go slower. I know you have seen everything in movies, and it's like, hey, I like you. It's like, I like you too. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, hi, we met on Tinder. That means we fuck. Oh, we met on Bumble. Does that mean we go to third base and then what? Oh, no, I met you on Match. We have to have 2 dates first. You know, it's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Everything is instant gratification now because of instant gratification.
Yeah.
So the problem, or the solution is the problem.
Yeah.
Sucks, but it is. So everybody needs to get a little old-fashioned again by saying, hey, you know what? Don't touch me there.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it when you do that. I know I sound a little old-fashioned when I say that, but it helps if I say it like this, because then it really informs you that I'm super old-fashioned. I mean, I don't know how to do it. We all have to learn this new finding our voice thing. Of like, hey, I know this sounds super corny and square, but you know what? I really need to get to know you super well before you take that initiative with me. I haven't given you those, hey, stick your hand down my pants motions yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I haven't given you the grab my pussy cue.
Yeah.
I haven't given you the whole, oh yeah, throw your tongue to the back of my neck, you know, signage. It really, really has to be like people really need to woo each other. And I think that's where it's going. Is like, stop with it entitled, demanding territorial possession of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Pushing and pressuring and dangling dreams in front of somebody's face to get them to do some kind of sexual favor. It's like, dude, this is so cliche.
Yeah.
It's like gross.
Yeah.
It's like, God, you're so fucking not smart. Like, no game. That's what it feels like now. It's like that kind of technique is just like, oh my God, you're so Neanderthal. And I'm going to call you, and I'm going to call HR and let them know what a Neanderthal I'm working with right now.
Mm-hmm.
To like catch up. Like that great Uma Thurman joke in Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, to catch up. Yeah. What did you think about the?
That should actually be the new Time's Up. It should be catch up.
Yeah, catch up.
That should be a meme. We should grab that.
Yeah.
Someone should grab that and go, guess what? Catch up.
Catch up. Yep.
Yeah.
What did you think about the Louis C.K. scandal?
Catch up. Time's up.
Yeah.
Not me too. I never met him. But I'm just another one. You know, he was like the only guy that didn't fight it. He's like, oh, fuck, what I know. He really scratches his nuts.
Because he knew the error of his ways, that's why.
Listen, I'm telling you, if someone is not so totally deep within their disease of being a harasser predator,
Yeah.
who's so like sucking the denial straw to the dying breath,
Yeah.
you know, if they have an ounce of dignity, like Louis C.K.,
Mm-hmm.
they'll go, I know, that's right, I know, I'm a pig. I'm a pig.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, thanks. Oh, I had an inkling because you're kind of, you know, super base anyway. I like And so there's a ton of them that are going to be, you know, get under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many people, you know, I was just thinking of so many things to say that I have to edit myself on right now of like PC. When one person goes and does some looting after an earthquake or a fire,
Right.
it's great because everyone's focused on that person so that 30 other people can go and loot over here. Mm-hmm. Okay? So we got a lot of attention on a few people. A few. Mm-hmm. I mean, a few. Tiny, small amount. Okay? In this town. So many people are going like, thank God they're focusing on that guy. Keep focusing over there. Yeah. Because, you know, there's just not enough manpower to nab everyone. But at least it's got everyone watching themselves. They're going, not now. Don't be the jerk right now. But what will happen is people that fantasize about that stuff that actually act on it, they can only fantasize about it for so long and then they'll act on it. And then what will happen hopefully now is that when people do act on it and something does go down, the victim says something right away. And that will be the game changer now.
Yep.
That will be what this is all about.
Yeah.
Is what is happening right now with some predator who just can't stop themselves. Because here's the truth. They're sharks. Sharks sleep with their eyes open.
Yep.
They keep swimming. They never stop. They have to keep moving to stay alive. So they'll go down, they'll wait for the storm, and then they'll get hungry, and they have to go. They're like, I can't take it anymore.
Yep.
So, you know, it's like they can't help it. And so the people that are really bad, that are trying to wait it out because we're focusing on Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and whoever else, you know, they can't help it. And that's a good thing. And the new victims will help bring them to justice really quickly. So, yeah.
Well, let me tell you a couple. Let me tell you a couple of jokes, and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, for sure. I've been talking your head off.
No, I love listening to you talk.
Thanks. Obviously, I need a super vent. Like a super exhaust panel.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, give me some jokes.
A bear and a rabbit are taking a shit in the woods. The bear says to the rabbit, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any trouble with shit sticking to your fur?" The rabbit says no. So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
How about now?
Well, and then the rabbit died from the stink.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a dead rabbit.
Here's one that
What's your other one?
Here's a long one that I wrote. I never tell it on stage because it's kind of a cheesy street joke, but it works. A guy and a girl go on a date. They were set up by a mutual friend. And at the end of the date, they're in the back seat of the car, clothes off, making out. And he says to her, "What can I do for foreplay?" And the girl says, "How about rub my clitoris?" So the guy takes his glasses off, which is a bad thing because he's nearsighted. And instead of rubbing her clitoris, he rubs her outie belly button. And because it's an erogenous zone, she feels pleasure, but she's very mad inside that she's not getting her clitoris rubbed. So
oh my God.
the next day, she's having lunch with their mutual friend. And the friend says to the girl, "So, how did it go last night?" And the girl says, I will never go out with him again. And the friend says, why? And the girl says, he rubs me the wrong way.
Oh my God. But you were able to work the word clitoris in 3 times, which I like. That's actually the best part of the joke.
Oh, thank you. I am.
How come we always end these interviews like with like this really like sideways ending? It's so gnarly.
Well,
so crazy.
I'm pro clitoris, and I'm glad I could make you laugh with that joke.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy. Thank you. You're pro clitoris. That's really awesome. That should be a T-shirt too.
Oh, I think I'll make
pro
one.
Clitoris and success adjacent. Yes.
Yes.
That's where. But you know what? You are just going to be success on point.
Oh.
I hope this podcast helps your listeners, and I just wish you all the best, and thank you for reaching out, and wishing you all the success, man. You're a cool dude.
Oh, thank you, and you liked my scripts I sent you.
Yeah.
The Summer of Trespass. I mean, that was a crazy one. You said.
It is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to review it again. But yeah, definitely. No, just keep up the writing. Keep doing it. Keep doing your thing. And yeah, I'm a full supporter of Tommy Kovac. You go get it, dude.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, let me know about the book and stuff, and I'll have you back on again, and I'll hopefully see you at a convention soon.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope to be at some Halloween conventions for sure. Find out about that. But look for the Silent Natural, and thanks for promoting, and you have a good night.
Oh, you too. Have a great night. And happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, buddy. You too.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, there you have it. Kathleen Kinmont. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Kathleen. You're a sweet, funny lady and very informing and insightful. Thank you so much. I love talking to you, and I'm glad that you're a Tommy Kovac supporter. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page, and follow me on Twitter. I think I already said that. I don't know. It's late at night. I'm tired. And if Rose McGowan did die, which I'm going to find out, rest in peace, Rose McGowan. That is just so sad. This Me Too movement is it's just painful, but so many people are now getting help as a result of it, and I'm glad. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.